Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good day. It's one of these. It's a chat stream. How long has it been since we had one? Yeah, just full heart focus is on chatting. There's no games. There's no anything else really. All right. Okay, so I've been thinking of like having a more structured type of just chatting. I don't know how people do just chatting streams, by the way. Hello, Nimbo. Hello. I really don't know how just chatting streams normally go. It's kind of weird every time I go about trying to do one, right? It's like, okay, I want to do one. Hello, Samuel. Good morning to you. So it's always been kind of weird, and not in a bad way per se, but it's just like whenever I try something like this, where I'm not really sure what I should be doing, I should just like run my mouth the whole time and just like, hey, just keep talking ad infinity, but it's just content that perhaps I'm not exactly sure what I'm even saying myself, but if I have to, it's pretty simple for me to just talk nonstop. Like, just continue talking, always be a blabbermouth. That's the easy part. The hard part is definitely keeping the train of thought. That's something I've started to struggle with these days, but don't think it's going to be too big of an issue. At least I hope it won't be. Ultimately, I'm thinking for chatting streams, perhaps we could go evolve this into like a podcast style chatting stream. I think that'd be fun. I'm not sure, but that's my thought. Hopefully it's gonna be fun. I do want to eventually do podcasts though. I'm hoping that one of the evolutions of these streams become like a podcast style stream, where it's like an actual podcast type of deal. Because those should be really fun. Sure. We'll see. I also hope the music isn't too loud. I enjoy this. I think the first thing I want to talk about would be plans, right? I do have a plan of streaming some Genshin tonight, actually. I know, it's been how long since I've had more than one stream in a day. Especially one, of Genshin. It's been a while for Genshin, just a little bit. The plan is pretty much after class, after I eat lunch, I'm gonna hop on Genshin for a little bit. So time frame wise, should be around, let's see, class at 1, finish that up, maybe 4 p.m. Right now, if you look at the clock, current time, it's just afternoon. So in about 4 hours. Just a bit. Should be fine. I know I recently did a Mahjong Soul stream. Did some more Mahjong. That was a lot of fun for sure. Absolutely. Excuse me. Hey, Scissor. You got Hu Tao? Nice. You've given your Zhongli stuff over to her. I see. Hello. Mustache. You got Jean? Wow. Deathmatch. I actually don't know that kanji. I know the second half means Chan. Ah. I feel you got the wrong. Yeah, okay, you did get the you did get the wrong Oni there, unless you meant to call me a demon, buddy. But do you like PP coffee? I don't know. I like coffee. Like you can see my mug is currently coffee, right? But I don't know what PP coffee is, so there's that. Because for the most part, when it comes to Big Brother, Big Sister, the kanji, the Chinese characters, I'm very familiar with. But is the music too loud? All right, or can be. Some of the music hitting the more explosive notes. Let me just quickly grab it. Yeah. Let's see. Annie. Yeah. It means brother. It means brother. There's also to. For anyone wondering, I'll put it on the Twitch side since it's easier for me to quickly type it in. That means younger brother. Ototo. Don't have to apologize. Don't worry about it. O would be the general O sound in front, as in the relationship in the middle. I don't. Talking about the Oni-san part, it basically, if you add the O in front of Annie, it becomes Oni. Oni-sama, Oni-chan, Oni-san. You can say, so generally, if you want to know the differences there, so Oni-chan, a lot of the time, and Oni-san, although Oni-san is actually more distance away. There's a bit more distance away. So usually when you're talking to an older brother, if you're much older than them or in a position of higher status, and you're talking to a nice young man who has someone younger with them, you can call them Oni-chan or Oni-san. Oni-chan is a much more intimate, although still not too intimate way of saying it, unless you're the direct sibling. The direct siblings will also say Oni-chan. In very rare cases, you'll hear Oni-sama. Very rare. Usually more traditional families, you'll hear that. It's for a much higher level of respect. I think it's really funny how Mustache, you're flexing your Jean here. You know, Jean's been on my wish list forever now. She's such a fun character, like actually. And you wouldn't. I actually have a friend who's all about Jean, and it took them over a month in game to finally get her. And they've been saving since the start for her. Nimble, no. Keep that out. I'm kidding. But it's funny with the with the way we hear them say Ni-sama. It's respectful, but not fully respectful. It's casual and respectful. It's like a nice little intermediary, which is kind of cool. I think what's nice about Japanese as a language is there's so much nuance to it. There's just like so much what you call it. You because I guess it's compared to the English language, which we took out actually. Much older not variants or variations, but older versions of English, much older. Like I'm talking about long time ago. We had not honorifics, but endings. We had a more complicated system in place because we have our roots being from Europe. It was a more Germanic root. That's why English is so closely related to German these days. And stuff like that kind of evolved out of the language. You don't need to be directly older brother, right? I know. I don't. It's funny because in one of the recent ID streams, one of the viewers, Queen, asked Irie to include a Oni-chan One-chan redeem because they noticed she had an Ara redeem, and she's like, "Aren't you the little one? Don't you?" Instead of Ara, can you add a Oni-chan One-chan? And so she did that, and Queen was just squealing, and that was hilarious. You really don't need. You can, because remember the words themselves can refer to things. So if you want to say Oni-chan, you can just say that. Generally, you can say that to like a young man, like a young man can be referred to as Oni-chan. Can I call you Senpai? I mean, yeah. It's fine. I mean, I could feel a little awkward because I don't know what exactly the senpai part is. What was that one stream with Emlu where he kept trying to calling his dad or something like that? I don't actually remember. I just kept remembering. I do know something. An issue. I had an issue with that. I think it had more to do with the Sama honorifics. In general don't like being referred to as Sama, Tsubasa senpai. It's like, what am I senpai? If it's like Tsubasa senpai in the sense of like Mahjong, I get that. Because I technically am a senpai for like newer players, but in context, if it makes sense, then I like it. When it's out of context, you'll see me show a question mark above my head because I'm like, what? It's the same thing with like, I don't know how often you see this in anime, but when people get referred to as Sama, it's a high level honorifics that I don't want because there are nuances attached to it. Be your Mahjong senpai? Sure. I don't mind. Mahjong's a fun game, and I plan to do more Mahjong streams. For me, Mahjong streams is one of those things that I want to do. I want to stream for a long time. That's why I don't do them in the morning. Tsubasa Dono. That's very old. That's a very old way of doing it. I know anime has brought that saying back, but that's a very old way. Usually from the which era was that from here? I know it's from the era of samurais, when samurais were prevalent. The dono suffix or honorifics is usually reserved for usage of someone you treat as a lord, someone with power, usually, and it's different from sama, who is usually used as a respectful tone to someone who has a higher position or social standing. this week where the topic ends up being something about fatherly figures. Interesting. Interesting, Samuel. Can you play Cyberpunk so you can glitch into the ground? Cyberpunk. You talk about Cyberpunk 2077? Well, first, I don't have the game. So, that's gonna be an issue. Second, I didn't hear too many good things about the game either. Surprisingly. Or not surprisingly. Third, it's a very expensive game. Isn't Cyberpunk like supposed to be a AAA title or something like that? What is the highest honorific you can use? In general, it's Sama. Like, and it's usually used when speaking to someone with higher authority than you, generally speaking. Like, Oto-sama, Oka-sama, being respectful to your parents, or, well, there's also the different ways of calling doctors, right? The Isha? I mean, that's also why people always, when referring to God, for example, they say Kami-sama, right? Which brings me back to the point of trying to differentiate that with Dono. Japanese honorifics, Sama versus Dono. Yeah, Dono just meant Lord, so my Lord. Okay, I actually didn't know this part. Dono originally Lord in the feudal sense, once denoting a higher level of respect than Sama. However, while Dono denotes higher status on the part of the person being addressed, it does not necessarily imply lower status on the part of the speaker, unlike Sama. It thus serves as a face-saving way for high-ranking characters to address others of high rank. Today, it's considered slightly less respectful than Sama due to the lack of self-humbling. However, it's rather archaic to use at all these days. Yeah, that's my knowledge of Dono. It's a very archaic way. Again, it comes from the fact that it means Lord. So, NCAM, hello. So you know, in like European, old European medieval movies and shows, you'd have the vassal say "my lord" or something along those lines, in a very British tone, and that's I suppose would be the feudal equivalent in Japan. Demetrius Jackson, hello, how am I doing? Doing alright. I'm just kind of here to stream a little bit before class starts. What does Tan mean? Are you talking about the honorific Tan? Isn't that supposed to be a different way, like a less, a more casual way of saying San? Let me just double check that. Japanese honorifics. The carriage is waiting. Oh my goodness! I've been reading so many different mangas set with the theme of reincarnation and, generally speaking, villainous. So it's not like the power fantasy ones with reincarnation, but it's more of the ones where it's all about royalty, keeping up with social standings, and all that. That's a very interesting. So I have a very strong visual of sentences like those. Okay, Tan. It's a cute or affectionate variant of Chan. It evokes a small child's mispronunciation of that form of address, or baby talk. Similar to how, for example, a speaker of English might use whittle instead of little when speaking to a baby. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. When trying to say Chan, if anyone wants to try to pronounce it, to make the ch sound, the CH, the part of the mouth that we use for that is in a very... It's practically the same spot, right? Ch, t. Yeah, it should be the same spot as pronouncing tan, the T. And because Japanese normally doesn't have these complex onsets, which is a linguistic jargon, which basically means a complicated beginning to a sound. Normally you have the S, the M, the R's, or it's not really an R, but we say it's an R, the N's. So there's like one consonant and then the vowel, but ch is two consonants and then the vowel. So the difference there would be why, as little children are growing up and trying to learn and pronounce the more complicated sound consonant cluster or consonant combination, at first they'll pronounce it wrong. Well, wrong in the sense of they're trying to say ch instead of t, but they'll do tan instead of chan, because for them, speaking using single consonant versus multiple consonant at one time is much easier. Like oni-chan. Yeah. So like instead of saying oni-chan, so if you're trying to say big brother and not say demon, or ogre, oni, devil, depends. Oni shouldn't mean devil. There should be there's akuma for that. So anyways, instead of saying oni-chan, they say oni-tan, and they don't pronounce the consonant cluster, and it's because of the when growing up in with the Japanese language, especially depending on which dialect you're speaking too. The use of multiple consonants before the vowel it's not common at all, and it's funny because you don't generally hear the confusion between something like su and zi in Japanese, but that's because one might think it's because of it's close enough, but there should be a slight nuance difference there, where if any native speakers of Japanese can probably pick that up instantly. Like it's something easy for them to pick up and probably pronounce differently, even though that also is a consonant cluster. It's two consonants, the z sound versus the su sound. But there is a difference, I suppose, in ultimately perhaps ease. I'm not sure. Perhaps they do make that mistake too, but I definitely don't hear it. But that might also have to do with the fact that a lot of words don't exactly the sound isn't that big of a difference between zi and su, so even if they mispronunciate it, most probably don't catch it, or it sounds fine. Yeah, but meanwhile, something like ch and t, very big differences there. Especially for English speakers, because we have that CH combination in English, like chug. I chug a soft drink. Have you ever been bowling before? I love bowling. You know, I also love guttering the ball. Oh, I think the best weight for the bowling ball for me should be around 8 pounds. I've done 12 pounders, but man, those are heavy. Excuse me. Alright, catch you later, Incam. Thanks for dropping by. ¿Cómo estás, Tsubasa? Wait a second, Nimbo. Thank you. I actually don't know what mirei means, by the way. ¿Cómo estás, mirei? My honey. Oh my goodness, that made me think of that That old song that uses that line. Hello, my darling. Hello, my. How did that one go? Oh, it was that frog that sang it. I forget. Thank you, thank you. I mean, you know, something. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my. I don't think the last part's right, but maybe it is. I've been thinking of doing more Monster Hunter World streams. I've been playing that game a lot recently. Like a lot. Ridiculously a lot. I think I recently clocked in my 100-hour playing on one character. And it's only the base game too. It's not like I have Iceborne. My friends have Iceborne, but I don't have Iceborne. Iceborne, I need it way cheaper. Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Yeah. So I'm kind of always on the lookout for different websites. Like there's the istthereanydeal.com for games, and you can look over there to see. I see something. Let's see. That's an expensive game. It is, but I got it a long time ago, like for World. I don't remember if I got it on sale for one of the sales or if my friend gifted it to me. I do have a friend that gives me very expensive games sometimes. Depends if they have extra codes for Steam. So that's also a possibility. I don't remember how I got the game. My only other like real experience in Monster Hunter is Monster Hunter Freedom Unite through an emulator. So yeah. Like right now, let's see. I think it looks like there is there's a sale close to 50% off for Iceborne, but even then, I'm not gonna pay for that. I'm being very stingy, I realize, but I don't know. It's a fun game, but I'm not willing to pay that much more for an upgrade. Iceborne is basically a whole game on itself because it brings back a lot of, like, almost all the other monsters from the other franchises. I'll play some Monster Hunter soon. Maybe tomorrow. Again, it's a fun game. I'm getting a lot better at it. And yeah. I do play it a fair bit off stream, for sure. It's one of those games where it's like there's a lot of grinding. There's a lot of fun fighting. We've been in a short 8-bit style horror game called Faith. Faith. Horror game. The Unholy Trinity on Steam. It's a demo. Oh, I think I saw Markiplier play this. Estoy en el baño mirando tu video. Yes, you know, el baño means washroom or toilet. I'm going to the washroom. Mirando. Is that the gerund? Is that I'm going to the washroom to watch your video. Is that what that's saying? Estoy en el baño mirando tu video. Yeah, I'm in the bathroom watching your video. The ando, because mirar is to see, and remember the ando suffix is the gerund, so the ing ending in English. For anyone wondering how you parse that Spanish, estoy is to be. It's a form of to be. There are several in Spanish. So I am en el baño, in the washroom, mirando, watching, tu video. Tu, in this case, means your. If, by the way, for tu, if there's an accent above it, or I guess depending on the context of the sentence, it can also just mean you. And I say context because, you know, typing online and all that, some people are lazy and don't want to add the accent in. But with the accent, it's the pronoun. You forgot the ando. I see. I think it's less that perhaps he didn't forget, or they didn't forget, and more like they're just too lazy to type it in. I don't know about Spanish keyboards. Like, I'm pretty sure when I took my Spanish class, when I had the Spanish keyboard active, there was a way to quickly do that, but I cannot read Cyrillic so I'm gonna just copy this. On Cartoon Network? If I had to guess which show it was from, or most likely, probably Dexter's Lab. They were very free about stuff like that, if I remember correctly. They did that a lot. Fun show, nonetheless. Alright, I'm gonna go. And this is a bit abrupt, even though we've been in a nice groove. But I do need to end the stream here, which is kind of unfortunate, I guess. But I will have a Genshin stream there today, so I'll catch everyone there then. Did someone make your model, or did you make it yourself? I made this myself. So there's actually a separate model that I had before my update. You can kind of see it in like this the little simplified version that Zenon drew for me. You can see the clothing's different and the aesthetic is slightly different. Nos vemos, Tsubasa, te la pases bien. That one's a little hard for me to parse. Nos vemos. Ah, okay. Yeah. I like, for all this stuff, I did everything myself, so yeah. Anyways, I'll catch everyone later today. Bye bye.